So how you doing? Boy, this is the first time I've looked at myself in the camera after a trim in a long time. I look so much different. But anyway, today we are going to see if my race saw likes an expansion chamber. Should be quite interesting. So let me explain. The Husqvarna 50 that I built with the Partner 5000 top end, it's a bit more of a high revving saw. So my goal here was to hopefully have it set up at a point to where I could run it with or without expansion chamber. Not an easy task to accomplish. I won't be surprised if this doesn't work. It runs really good with a muffler. So today we're going to find out how it runs with expansion chamber. This is the same chain as we ran last time, so it is a little bit too hungry for the muffler type saw setup. It robs just a little too much in the RPM and stuff, so it actually is not as fast as like 23RS. Because of the RPM difference with running 23RS, it actually makes the cut faster. So you know what I mean. It is a square hand file. You know, my hand files aren't quite up to par yet, but I did kind of figure out that the out of box 23RS is faster than what that hand file is, and it's because that hand file is just a little too aggressive. It pulls the RPM down too much. But today it might actually be a good test to see if it performs better with more power behind it. Same chain, you know what I mean? So we got to load up a log here. We got to get a test log set up, and then we're going to make some cuts with the muffler. Then we're going to make some cuts on the expansion chamber and see what happens. You know, it may not work out at all, but there's only one way to find out. You know what I mean? Now I got to go get the tractor. We're going to grab this log over here with the tractor, set it here to test, and you know, let's see what happens. So let's go. Okay, so there we go. Let's go get the saw fired up. We're going to try it with the muffler, and then we'll switch out to expansion chamber and see what happens. Might be better, might be worse. So I'm curious to see if this chain sharpening would actually perform better on something just a little bit more powerful. So it's kind of like a double whammy, you know? We're going to set the saw up to see if it'll run with an expansion chamber, and if it does it produce more power? And if it does it run faster with this chain than what it did before? So yeah, kind of an all for one in one video. So let's get the saw. Alrighty. So on a side note, got a few more logs added to the pile for the event in July, and I got more coming, so thought I'd show you that little update. But yeah, we're getting closer. Now there she be. So yeah, this saw runs really well. I'm pretty happy with it. But let's see what she'll do with an expansion chamber. She could lose, she could gain. We're gonna find out. Well, there she is. Same expansion chamber we've been running. We just bolted her on this Sawzall. Let's see how she does. You know, this is probably a test on the expansion chamber just as much as the saw, to kind of see how versatile that expansion chamber is. You know what I mean? You know, how many different saws will it actually work on? So, yeah, kind of a little side test there, I guess you could say. But let's see what she does. Now, this might take a minute to tune. These expansion chambers can really make your tune go crazy. So be patient here. It might take me a minute to get her tuned. Just have to keep watching and see how she progresses till the end. All right. Alright, so it was probably a good 20 minutes in time in that muffler swap. So I'm not 100% certain there was a difference, but I think there was. To me, it just felt like it was able to hold it up there a little better, because I was able to push harder on the cut. Like I can't explain it. Like I was really pushing hard, and it was able to maintain those RPMs a lot easier than what it was before the expansion chamber. So I think what the expansion chamber did is raise torque at higher RPM. You know what I mean? Basically, like, moved all my torque a little higher in the RPM spectrum. I don't think it gained a whole lot of RPM. I think it gained it in moving the torque up and higher into the RPM, if you know what I mean. So that's what it felt like. Now we're gonna have to do the edit, put them side by side, and kind of see for certain if I'm true or if this is true. So right now, I don't know. So I won't know until the edit is done. But pretty interesting. I think this all ran pretty good with the expansion chamber. I don't think it's going to be capable of spinning more RPM unless I do something. Because it didn't matter what I did, leaning it out or whatever. This is like the peak we're getting out of it as far as RPM. Even on the free rev, between the muffler and that expansion chamber, my free rev is kind of limited, like right there. That's as much as I can get out of it. So I think it would require some modifications to try to get more RPM than this. Advancing the timing could be one, because I've never advanced the timing on it. It could be, you know, slight changes in the port work. You never know. But hey, I think she runs pretty dang good, don't you? I'm pretty happy, and I'm curious to see what the results of this video are. But anyway, I thought you'd enjoy this one. I'm curious as heck. I can't wait to see. So hey, hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.